Hey friends, Yarrow here, and I want to take a moment today to share with you some thoughts on the number one health issue of our time. It's not cancer, it's not diabetes, it's not street sugar or the number one drug of our time. It's actually something we call nature deficit disorder. Now, some of you might have heard this, it's a bit of a buzzword these days, but the reality of it is that there is this one core issue that is causing so much of the pain and struggle in our world. And it's not just something from today. It's not new. It's not a apocalyptic thing. It's something that's taken generations and generations to create. And it's this disconnection from the natural world. And I would say that the reason I'm a herbalist, the reason I find myself to become a naturalist is that this is fundamentally the base of our health. The base of the need on this planet is for us to come back into alignment with the simple fact that you are a biological being on a biological planet having a biological experience. I know we spend time in the technosphere. I know we look at the pixelated right angle reality, maybe too much. In fact, they say the average North American child spends up to 40 hours or more on a screen taking in electronic media. I do the same thing. I spend way too much time on my computer. But the thing that I've come to recognize is that this kind of core separation from the natural world that all of us are suffering, we're disconnected from the world. And the reality of it is, I'll say it again, we're biological beings having a biological experience on a biological planet. It's that simple. So what has caused us to have this nature deficit disorder? Well, first off, it's lack of connection, lack of access. So most of us don't have enough access to parklands, to gardens, to green spaces, and we spend a lot of our time indoors in a sedentary state. So in that lack of access, we actually don't really have the ability to come out to second or old growth forests like I'm in right now, where we see this diversity of plant life and we see this interaction and relationship between different species. The second thing is there's a bit of a fear of the unknown and a bit of a fear of nature. Dare I say it? Fear of nature? Many of us have been told, just look, don't touch, or make sure you stay on the path, or you don't know if that's too poisonous. And the reality of it is that we are biological beings and inherently have an intuition around this stuff. So I recommend you get off the path. You brush up against the plants. You go at different hours to connect in with different experiences of different types of relationships with plants. In fact, you get out at all different seasons to spend in the same park, to see the relationship shifting and changing. So that lack of fear becomes a knowledge and an awareness and a relationship. Now, the third thing is realistically our electronic leashes. Yes, I've said it before, the pocket god, the pixelated reality of electronic media that we spend so much time devouring in our lives. It's our form of communication. It's the way we show up in the world these days. To let go of that, to unwind that a little bit and have relationships, not just with each other, but with other beings. Oh my gosh, and I'm not just talking cats and dogs. I'm talking squirrels and birds and butterflies and all the plants around us. When you spend time connecting with those things, notice into the emotional state shift that happens very easily and very quickly when you notice a butterfly come by, when you see a bird land on your front step, when you hear the sounds of the wind rustling through the trees, when you smell the fresh air, when you walk barefoot on the dew on the morning grass. All of these create an experiential state shift in the body. And this is the cure, my friends. This is the cure. So to get to the root of the cause of what ails you and what ails me and what ails us, it's get back out into the natural world. Now, I don't care what disease state, I don't know your story and I'm not judging it, but I do know this to be a fact. Every dis-ease, imbalance, and problem in our world is helped by spending time in nature. So starting with reducing our anxiety, reducing our stress load, reducing our depression, reducing loneliness, reducing attention deficit disorders, reducing blood pressure problems and cardiovascular issues, health and exercise, reducing many of the disconnected emotional and mental imbalances of this planet really come down from just spending a bit of time in nature. I'm not saying go to the Rockies, plan a trip to the islands. I'm not saying any of that. It starts right in your own backyard. So if there's any one thing you can do for yourself, for this planet, for this body, for this state of mind, this state we are in now, it is to spend time outside. 15 minutes a day. They say if you don't have 15 minutes a day, you need a whole hour. That's right. If you don't have enough time to take 15 minutes every day, you need to do a full-on decompression and get outside for an hour every day for a few weeks. That's my message for today. And realistically, I think this is the message that can save our planet. It is an appreciation for the natural world. It's not getting into nature. It's not being with nature. It is that we are nature, right? We are nature. And so the more we spend connecting and building those relationships, the deeper we will create awareness and appreciation for this planet. I can't breathe without the trees, without the plants. I do not exist without the natural world, my friends, and neither do you. This is the core simplicity of it. So if you want health, if you want wealth, if you want active vitality in your life, if you want to have the true abundance of being a human being on this planet, well, it starts with a few minutes a day walking in the woods.